In the present day, we have the privilege of marveling at the enduring presence of numerous places, temples, monuments, and cities that were constructed by our ancient ancestors. Yet, simply admiring these magnificent structures does not provide us with insight into the intricate methods and technologies employed by those who built them. The techniques utilized by our ancestors remain shrouded in mystery, and this becomes evident as we explore the extraordinary ancient technological wonders showcased in today's video. Unfinished steel. Prepare to be amazed by something truly extraordinary in terms of both complexity and magnitude. We're referring to the Yangshan Quarry in China, where the majority of the stone used for the Nanjing's grand monuments was extracted. However, not all of the quarried, cut, and shaped stone was transported elsewhere. A portion of it, like an immense unfinished sculpture, remains at the quarry. Historical records indicate that the colossal sculpture was commissioned by the Yongli Emperor during the 15th century. The emperor intended to incorporate it into a monument honoring his father at the Ming Zhaoling Mausoleum. The workers commenced the carving process, successfully shaping the head, base, and body of the sculpture. However, they seemingly abandoned the project, most likely awestruck by the sheer size of their creation. The body itself measures 30 feet in width, 15 feet in thickness, and a staggering 150 feet in height. We are left perplexed as to how they managed to carve something of such immense proportions, and it is inconceivable to imagine how they would have transported it. It leads us to ponder what convinced them that such an undertaking could be accomplished in the first place. Stone cutting technology. Around 4,000 years ago, ancient Egyptians invented a new pigment known as Egyptian blue, initially used to adorn Nefertiti's crown. This vibrant blue color possesses more than aesthetic value, as it can reduce energy consumption and enhance solar energy output when applied correctly. In 2020, German researchers utilized Egyptian blue to create nanosheets for infrared imaging. Composed of calcium, copper silicate, Egyptian blue is believed to be one of the earliest artificial colors crafted by humans. Its usage during the New Kingdom adorned statues and sarcophagi. Exfoliating a thin layer of the pigment creates nanosheets ideal for optical imaging. Meanwhile, the questions arise about the techniques employed by ancient Egyptians to effortlessly cut through massive stones. Evidence, such as marks on the sarcophagus in the Great Pyramid of Giza, suggests that the utilization of powerful saws, yet the technology seems to have vanished without a modern trace. ABI Forest Rock sculptures. Our next site goes by different names. It is commonly known as ABI Forest Rock sculptures, but you may have also heard it referred to as the Sculptured Rocks of Rotheneuve or La Roche sculptures. This site is located on the coast of Brittany and Saint-Malo, France. ABI Forest, who lived in the 19th century, experienced a severe stroke at the age of 30, resulting in paralysis on one side of his body and causing him to become deaf and mute. He chose to live as a hermit among the cliffs of Rotheneuve, utilizing his functional side to carve peculiar shapes into the rocks. Starting in 1870, he dedicated over 25 years to this artistic pursuit. It is believed that ABI Forest also constructed an underground gallery containing wooden figures, but unfortunately a fire in 1944 destroyed most of them. At the site, you can find more than 300 distinct stone sculptures. Many of these sculptures draw inspiration from folklore tales surrounding a pirate family known as Rotheneuves, who the area is named after. According to these tales, the Rotheneuves were fishermen and smugglers during the 15th and 16th centuries, and they were said to possess extraordinary eyesight that allowed them to spot distant ships at sea. While these stories may be fanciful, the sculptures themselves are truly remarkable, especially considering they were crafted by a one-armed individual. Maiden Tower. The Maiden Tower in Baku, Azerbaijan, is surrounded by a wealth of fairy tales and legends that attempt to unravel its true origin and purpose. Unfortunately, none of these stories brings us any closer to understanding the building's true essence. As the oldest structure in the ancient walled city of Baku, the origins of the Maiden Tower remain shrouded in mystery. Its age is so ancient that its precise construction date and original name elude us. While experts believe it to be a construction from the 12th century, there is a noticeable disparity between the stones used in the first 3 stories compared to the rest of the tower. These lower levels likely hail from 2,500 years ago or possibly even earlier, predating the advent of Islam. This raises the intriguing possibility that the tower may have been constructed by Zoroastrians if it served religious purposes. Alternatively, some speculate that it could have functioned as an observatory with the stone protrusions aligning with different phases of the lunar cycle. Underground church. Constructing an underground church poses significantly greater challenges compared to building one above ground, for obvious reasons. However, it is possible that ancient builders viewed such a project as the ultimate testament of their faith. Whatever their motivations, their efforts resulted in the remarkable creation of the underground church of the Saint-Jean à Beauterre-sur-Dronne. This underground church stands as the largest of its kind throughout Europe. According to scientists and archaeologists, the entire church was meticulously carved by hand into a solid rock hillside during the 12th century. The church exhibits a slightly rustic style, which is understandable considering the techniques employed in its construction. Nonetheless, its grandeur is awe-inspiring. Within the church's main room, visitors will encounter two colossal columns supporting a ceiling that reaches a soaring height of 60 feet. Additionally, a meticulously hand-carved stairway allows individuals to ascend the entire back wall, granting them a breathtaking aerial perspective of the site. Experts suggest that the church was originally designed as a partially concealed sanctuary for housing significant religious artifacts. The largest side room is said to house a Roman reliquary, believed to be a relic from the First Crusade, while the other side of the room allegedly contains 80 sarcophagi, containing the remains of saints and martyrs. However, verifying these claims remains impossible. Artificially irrigated gardens. The breathtaking Inca site known as Tapan captivates with its stunning beauty, tempting one to simply stand in awe without pondering its origins. However, we encourage you to consider it now, because despite scientific inquiry, the mystery of who taught the Inca the art of designing and constructing an artificially irrigated garden remains unsolved. Tapan, although resembling a magnificent monument, serves a practical purpose. Certain historians, like Peruvian scholar Dr. Luis Antonio Pardo, speculate that it may not be an Inca creation at all. According to this theory, it could have been inherited from an older, forgotten civilization, with the Inca people later discovering and utilizing it. The step structure of the pond and its diverse wet and dry levels indicate that the Tapan likely served as a vast agricultural laboratory. Through Tapan, the Inca could experiment with different crops in varied environments, gathering valuable information to guide their cultivation strategies elsewhere. Nonetheless, the creation of such an intricate system necessitated advanced knowledge of hydraulics, a source of which remains elusive to us. Tomb of Upsalm. Our next ancient marvel is also known by multiple names. It is commonly referred to as the Tomb of Upsalm, although somehow known as Upsalm's Pillar. Whichever name you choose, this remarkable structure is situated in the Kidron Valley of Jerusalem. The origin of this grand tomb, distinguished by its conical roof, remains shrouded in mystery. The association with Upsalm, the son of King David, stems from ancient tradition. However, contemporary archaeologists and scientists assert that no such connection is feasible. Upsalm is believed to have lived and perished around 3,000 years ago, whereas the tomb could not have been constructed earlier than the 1st century. Additionally, it is important to note that only the lower portion of the monument serves as a tomb. The upper section functions as a funeral memorial, likely commemorating individuals buried in the nearby caves, as well as the individual interred within the lower part. Within the burial chamber, there are 3 burial sites, yet the identities of those laid to rest in them remain unknown. Upsalm's pillar was undoubtedly erected for individuals of great significance, but the identities of these individuals may forever remain elusive. The Lykurgis Cup. Determining the true color of the Lykurgis Cup is an impossible task. Depending on the viewing angle and lighting conditions, it can appear as one of 2 colors. The enigmatic artifact, dating back 1,600 years, has captivated observers for centuries. The cup was crafted using dichroic glass capable of reflecting light particles in various ways. When illuminated from behind, it exhibits a green hue, whereas front illumination transforms it into a red shade. It is highly likely that the creator possessed an understanding of the glass's properties, even if they were unaware of the underlying scientific reasons. Archaeologists have never encountered anything quite like it, which is unsurprising considering the delicate nature of the cup. Therefore, the possibility remains that only a single ancient Roman artisan comprehended the glass's potential and the artistry it could yield. With their passing, the secret of the crafting such objects was lost forever. Herreras. When viewed from an aerial vantage point, the remarkable invention located in Gonabad, Iran, may appear as insignificant indentations in the ground. However, this deceiving impression belies the fact that it is a colossal interconnected structure known as the Herreras. This ancient marvel stands as a testament to the astounding hydraulic engineering prowess of its creators. It represents one of the most remarkable surviving examples of the Qanat, an irrigation system that facilitated the transportation of water and continues to be utilized in certain regions today. Confronted with the challenge of existence in a parched plain 3 millennia ago, the ancient Persians recognized that their survival depended on bringing water to them. This is precisely what the Herreras accomplishes. The system comprises extensive underground tunnels that span for miles, linking wells to subterranean reservoirs. The visible openings from above serve dual purposes, providing ventilation to the tunnels and facilitating water collection. Constructing a single caño of average size demanded years of labor, as the entire process relied on rudimentary tools such as picks and shovels. Erecting a structure on the scale of the Herreras likely necessitated decades of effort. The lamp. This technological phenomenon may appear fantastical, yet its widespread mention across diverse locations worldwide warrants further investigation. This intriguing enigma revolves around the existence of perpetually burning lamps. Ordinarily, only the sun can sustain an everlasting source of illumination, but tales abound from various corners of the globe recounting the discovery of lamps that continued to burn within tombs, even after being sealed for thousands of years. According to the writer Plutarch, the lamp positioned above the entrance of Egypt's Jupiter Ammon temple defied the elements, remaining lit amidst wind and rain. Similar accounts exist regarding lamps found in the temples of Garni in Armenia and Apollo Carnea, England too. Witnessed such occurrences when King Henry VIII, in his opposition to the Catholic Church, commanded the destruction of Catholic structures. A tomb sealed since the 4th century was disturbed during the demolition of the church above it, revealing, as one might anticipate, a still burning lamp. Now tell us which of these ancient mysteries fascinated you the most in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.